As a replacement for the Power Pursuit, we make way to the 9th event of the Individual Quadrilla Marble League, Marble Ninja Warrior. A very special event this is. Marbles will have to make their way through multiple obstacles to clear this course. They will split into funnels at the top. This sets them up well to make a decision for which path they wish to take down below. They could take the colored grid. Deceptively tricky this is. Those ridges between the blocks can easily catch these marbles out if they're not careful, and if not the grid, well, they can take the drop. A simple shortcut past the grid, but it runs the risk of having too much speed coming into the next section, the staircase. Marbles will want to demonstrate their balance here. Avoid the scrubbing off the walls or going off on the near side, because you need enough speed and the right line to touch those dual rings on the far right at the end of the course. It needs to be a clear nudge of those rings for these marbles to clear the course. The event will be in stages. The first stage, heats of 4, 4 heats of 4, where each heat will go twice. Marbles have 2 chances to clear the course and advance on to the next stage. All the marbles that advance on to stage 2 will do it again until we have 4 or less marbles left in a stage that will be sudden death, where we crown a winner. After event 8, Sandstorm has a 3-point lead over Bluetail and Blizzard. Candycorn also just 1 point behind them. It is very close between the top 4. Can anyone else join the fray, or will we have a close 4-way fight for the rest of this tournament? In the first stage, first heat, Sandstorm, Mystic Orb, Rasher, and Casper will demonstrate the Marble Ninja Warrior for us. It is a very close split in the top and bottom funnel. Mystic Orb and Sandstorm at the top funnel, then it's Rasher and Casper. Rasher and Sandstorm taking the drop. Sandstorm will reach the dual rings. Rasher cannot, and Mystic Orb, oh, it comes just short. Mystic Orb getting a nudge from Sandstorm in front, and that's going to prevent them from touching the dual rings. That means only Sandstorm will be able to clear the course on the first attempt. Casper, there we saw them getting stuck on the colored grid. They are not clearing the course on the first try. Neither is Rasher or Mystic Orb. Sandstorm is the only one that clears it on the first attempt. So this means Mystic Orb, Rasher, and Casper, this is their final chance to clear stage 1. Those that don't will be eliminated from the event. They go once again. Rasher this time, the only one on the top funnel. Casper and Mystic Orb on the bottom. Will these marbles make a different decision on which path to take after not making it on the previous attempt? Casper does not make the staircase, but Rasher will, and Rasher goes all the way to the dual rings. They will clear the course, and they are a second marble advancing from heat number 1. Mystic Orb getting held up on the color grid. They are not advancing, and Casper falling off on the staircase means that they, despite coming closer in this attempt, will also not be making it to stage 2. So Rasher is moving on, as well as Sandstorm, our championship leader, moving on. We don't know how many marbles will move on to stage 2. It all depends on what the marbles in the other heats do. So, in Heat 2, Blizzard, Seabed, Neptune, and Mozzarella, and 3 of them go in the top funnel. Blizzard's the only one in the bottom funnel. It's a lot of mind games in these funnels as marbles try to make their decisions of which path to take. Seabed does make it to the end, gets a nudge from Mozzarella behind. Mozzarella will get held up and not touch the dual rings. Seabed will, they're advancing to stage 2. Blizzard, I think, went off, just barely on the edge of the staircase on the near side, so they are not advancing. Where did Neptune get held up? Neptune, I think the color grid. And they just went off on the far side, completely off the color grid and into not advancement in this first round. So Seabed is the only marble that makes it to stage 2 in their first attempt from heat 2. Blizzard, Neptune, and Mozzarella will go again for their final chance in the second heat. Blizzard very slow to start off in the bottom funnel. Can they keep going? If they don't keep going, well, they're out. They look like they're going to keep going, but very slow. Neptune is coming down first. They will come just short, I think. And Blizzard, going off on the far side. Blizzard is not advancing. I think Neptune and Mozzarella also didn't manage to make it. Here's where we can see Blizzard doing something similar to Neptune in the previous round, although they were closer to making it. Here's where Neptune, comes just short on the near side. Does Neptune on the left. They were so close to making it to the end, but they are not going to. Mozzarella also going off on the left side. None of those marbles are making it, so Seabed is the only marble from Heat 2 that advances to Stage 2. So just 3 marbles out of 8 has advanced. Who can advance from Heat number 3? We have Tarzan on the top funnel, and 3 marbles on the bottom. Ecto, Candycorn, and Cobra. Ecto comes down first. It looks like they will make it. So does Tarzan, and both of them are in the way of Candycorn, and Candycorn will not advance because of it. Where did Cobra go? Cobra, getting stuck in one of those Quadrilla blocks. That is a very unorthodox place to get stuck, but they are not getting advancement from this first round. And here's where we saw Ecto and Tarzan, both of them, Tarzan doing a great job of avoiding Ecto, because if you come down early, you can impede the other marbles behind you. Tarzan doing a good job of avoiding that, but Candy Corn had just no room to get past. So Candy Corn and Cobra are the only marbles left from Heat 3. We already have 2 marbles that advance. In the second part of Heat 3, Candy Corn and Cobra are going to try to make it as well. 2 marbles advancing from Heat 3. Can we have a third or even a fourth? Candy Corn will come down through the drop. Looks like they're going to make it. We'll have to see. We didn't see Candy Corn, but Cobra stalls out on the colored grid. Just did not have speed. Those ridges really arrested their momentum. So Cobra is done. Candy Corn, we'll see from this alternate angle. Did they make it? Yes, they did. Candy Corn does make it. That's very important for them. They are in pursuit of Sandstorm, close to the top of the standing. Candy Corn actually in 4th place in the championship right now. Still only 4 points off the leader, Sandstorm. And now, in the final heat, Bluetail, Goop, Rainforest, and Void. Bluetail, the main championship contender in this one. Void, in the top funnel, they're very slow. They're going to come out in last. And it's Bluetail who comes down first. They go off the staircase. Goop also, getting stuck at the entry of the staircase. How did that happen? We'll have to see. Rainforest does make it to the end, though, and they're going to be the only marble in the first round of the final heat to make it on the first try. Very well done by Rainforest. Void trying to curl back to center. Well, here we're seeing Goop. Too much speed coming from the drop, demonstrating exactly why it's a risk to take that drop. Just completely bounced off the wall after that and did not manage to make it down the staircase. So Goop is not making it. Neither is Void. Did not have the distance. Bluetail as well, way off to the near side off the staircase. So these 3 marbles are going for the final round in stage 1. The second part of Heat 4, can any of these marbles state their claim for stage number 2? Void, once again, taking their time in the top funnel. Meanwhile, Goop and Bluetail in the bottom. Bluetail takes the drop once again. They try to do the same thing, and the same result happens for Bluetail. Meanwhile, Void taking their time, but they do it perfectly, does the staircase, and they will make it to the dual rings. Very well done by Void. They are going on to stage number 2. Goop was also close, but just didn't manage to keep it straight on the staircase. And Bluetail, we saw taking the drop meant that they did not have a clean line through the entry of the staircase. They will go off to the near side. Bluetail, one of those marbles, I think it's 2nd in the championship. They're going to be knocked out here. Only 15th in the event. The marbles that didn't make it, these 8 of them, exactly half of the marbles didn't make it to stage 2. They are ranked based on their closest attempt, closest to touching those dual rings. So Miss Chorb does get the best of the rest, down to Cobra in dead last. We're moving on to stage 2 though, with Sandstorm, Seabed, Void, and Tarzan in this first heat. Sandstorm and Void take the top. Once again, remember, 2 attempts in stage 2 as well, because we have more than 4 marbles advancing. Seabed gets to the end first. Sandstorm comes so close, but I think Sandstorm isn't going to make it. Neither will Tarzan or Void. Seabed and Sandstorm were the only ones that came close. Seabed did manage to nudge the block. They are going on to stage 3, but Sandstorm comes just short of the dual rings. So Sandstorm is not going to make it on this attempt. Can they make it on their next attempt? Void getting stalled out on the colored grid, and Tarzan going off on the staircase towards the near side. So Sandstorm, Tarzan, and Void will all have to go once more in stage 2. Meanwhile, Seabed has made their way to the final stage. How many marbles will make it to the final stage? Remember, if we get to 4 or less, we are down to sudden death. So the marbles that make it to the final stage will be staking their claims for the medals. Tarzan comes down first through the drop. Will they make it? It looks like they have a very nice line, and Tarzan does make it. They block Void behind them, and also Sandstorm to the near side, going right. They weren't off the staircase, but a bad angle off the staircase means that they are going to not make it. Just veering off just an inch to the left side here, and Sandstorm is going to be knocked out in stage 2. So is Void, getting held up behind Tarzan, did not manage to make it around them. So Tarzan is going to join Seabed as the only 2 marbles from this heat to make it on to stage 3. We'll see Rasher, Ecto, Candy Corn, and Rainforest. If only 2 or 1 of these marbles or none of these marbles make it, we are down to sudden death. We need 3 of them to make it not sudden death. Rasher does make it to the end of the dual rings, and no one else will. Rasher, very clean by them. They are on to stage 3. What will happen to the rest? There's Candy Corn and Rainforest messing up the drop. Did not stick the landing, so they are not going to make it. And that another risk. We haven't seen marbles fail to drop, just completely plummeting off it, but that's the first time we've seen that all event. Candy Corn going off on the staircase, well off, and Ecto, they were closer but not quite the level of Rasher here. So Rasher makes it on to stage 3. They are joining both Seabed and Tarzan. Now can Ecto, Candy Corn, and Rainforest also join the fray? The final attempt for these marbles to make it out of stage 2 before we go on to stage 3. Candy Corn this time gets the start from the top funnel. Rainforest and Ecto on the bottom funnel. Rainforest, I think, is going to come out first. They come out on the colored grid. Candy Corn takes the drop. I think, that's going to be very close for Candy Corn touching the block. Did they? Ecto stalls out on the colored grid. They are not advancing. Rainforest had a nudge with Candy Corn. I think Rainforest is making it. Candy Corn, that is so tough to tell. Did Candy Corn actually make it? The stewards are saying no! You need to be a clear nudge with those dual rings, and they're saying Candy Corn did not have a clear nudge, so they're going to be knocked out here. Only 7th place in the event for them. Championship leader Sandstorm gets 4th place. These marbles are ranked based on whether they took 1 attempt or 2 attempts in round 1 in stage 1, and then based on their closest attempt. But now, with just 3 marbles left, we have our podium. Rasher, Tarzan, and Seabed. By the way, based on tiebreak, because this is sudden death, if you are out, you are done. Tarzan is going to go off, but Rasher and Seabed, both of them stall out on the color grid, and that gives the lifeline to Tarzan. Now Tarzan, I thought they would be done in the event. If any of these marbles made it, Tarzan would not be alive in this event. They would be out getting bronze or silver, but because everyone else stalled out, we are going to do it all again in this final round. By the way, tiebreakers will go the way of Seabed, then Rasher, then Tarzan, based on stage 1 and stage 2. But Seabed and Tarzan are making their way on the top funnel. Seabed takes the drop, takes the staircase perfectly. They will touch the end. Rasher stalls out behind them, and Tarzan stalls out behind both of them. And that means Seabed is the only one that clears the stage in stage 3. And that means Seabed will secure the gold medal in Marble Ninja Warrior. They take gold, their 2nd gold medal of the season. Rasher right behind them will get the silver because of stage 1 and stage 2, and Tarzan stalling out behind both of them will mean that they will settle for the bronze medal. But Seabed staking their claim for yet another championship as the defending champion. They are back on the top step of the podium in this brand new event ahead of Rasher and Tarzan. Well done to them. So after the Marble Ninja Warrior, Sandstorm holds the lead by 4 points only over Seabed, who jumps up into 2nd place. Candy Corn also rises to 3rd place. Tarzan with that bronze medal also to 4th place. Blizzard and Bluetail dropping down to 5th and 6th, but they're still in pursuit of the championship. No marble is completely out of it yet. Everyone still has a chance to win, and the next event will be the fan favorite triathlon, so stay tuned for that.